Good morning, Greater Detroit UU Collective. Can I hear you make a joyful noise? The weather has certainly been inviting us to be joyful recently, hasn't it? What gorgeous and wonderful things. And it is still important that though you could be kayaking or hiking or communing with nature, you still chose to show up this morning because gathering together in community is an act of rebellion against isolation and hopelessness. And what do we say?
We are rebels for hope.
Still go biking and kayaking and commune with nature later. It's also a good thing. Keeps us hopeful. So today is the question box sermon. The theme of the month is curiosity, and today is the day when you write down questions and ask me to answer them on the spot without having heard them before. And then we thought, what if it was just a fully participatory service? So we said, what if you also got to choose the hymns on the spot? So I have a question for you. What's our opening hymn? Come sing a song with me. I heard come sing a song with me. Do we know what number that is? Because we obviously don't have them on the slides. We're going to have to get in our actual hymn books. 346. Come sing a song with me. Everyone rise in body or spirit and be grateful for our very talented musicians.
Unitarian Universalism is a faith that is spiritually alive, value-centered, and radically inclusive. We begin each service by kindling a flaming chalice. Those who came before us lit this flame as a beacon of welcome to those in need of a place of sanctuary and belonging. We strive to continue that legacy here today. We kindle this flame with words from Betz Weinecke. May this flame, symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us. Yeah. You can find ways our community works for love and justice on the back of your order of service. A few to highlight are: the Northwest UU Congregational Meeting is on June 14th. Next week, we are participating in the Detroit Pride Parade. We will have one bus to take us from the sanctuary to the Pride place. If you would like to be on that bus, it would be very helpful for us for you to register that desire. So please look in your newsletter for the link. And if you are like, I don't need the bus, we will also have, I believe, Joel guiding people on the Detroit public transit system. If you would like to use that as well. Probably the Q line, most likely. It's a few block walk to the Q line and maybe a few block walk from the Q line to the parade area, just for information. And then before that, on Wednesday, June 3rd, we would love your assistance of getting the sanctuary at Detroit spruced up just a little bit so we can have our service. Thank you. Our service there. We'll need dusting, wiping down, vacuuming, sweeping, all that sorts of things. So all the more hands, the merrier the work. And then also, if you are in the cleanup spirit, on Saturday, June 6th at 9:30 a.m., the exterior cleanout of Northwest will be happening. So cutting grass, trimming things, I'm sure. If you have any questions, ask Jim. We are worshiping in Detroit next week. Woo! Yes. It will be good to be back. More details can be found in the back of your order of service.
That's good stuff to know, but the most important thing to know is that no matter who you are,
What you believe or who you love,
where you're from or what identities you hold,
with all your joys and gifts,
with all of your pain and your history,
you are welcome and wanted here. Come, let us worship together.
I now invite you into a time of respite outside the demands of daily life. Let us sink into community with the power of music.
Fairfax.
Fairfax, good job. Okay. How about actress Morgan?
Fairchild.
Dear ones, we have a very special and auspicious occasion today. We have today new members joining our congregations.
Others. Farewell. Good, and people up front respond to goodbye.
Farewell.
Good job.
Can I ask that Sarah and John and the McDaniels come on up?
This is fabulous
And
job.
may I also ask that Dan and Barbara from our membership committees and our board representatives come up too, Lorelai and Amy. We have the new members on this side and the old members on this side, established folks. And then I heard another rumor. Can I gossip with you all for a minute? All right. I heard a rumor that last time we did this, Sarah, are your munchkins here? They're not today. Okay, we're still going to say nice things to them and welcome. But I also heard a rumor that last time we were doing this, we don't usually have the kids sign the book, and the Marcotte kids were like, we want to sign the book. And there was like a thing that happened. Well, there was a whole discussion in the membership committee, and we decided that absolutely we want our children's names to be counted amongst us. We'll put a sticker there to know that they can't vote yet, but like they're used to that. So I wondered if the Marcotte kids wanted to come up and sign the book as well today. Yeah? All right, come on over here. Come on over here.
Submit your response.
Or any other children that recently joined and want to sign the book. I want to just say thank you to the young voices amongst us that push us to keep being more open and progressive with how we think about membership. You still can't vote. Can we get the M's up for the Northwest side? The M? So, I am going to start today. We welcome into our community new members who have chosen to make a commitment to these congregations. May we be grateful for new energy and perspectives and faith in our community. I wonder if you all could say your names and 2 sentences about why you decided to join. Is that something you'd be willing to do? Or just your names? Whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna start over here. I think Emma's got it.
Well, I'm Emma, obviously. And I think we decided to join because, so we used to go to this Christian church, but it wasn't like, so we decided to change churches. And so we, you will have your turn now. So we were looking around for churches, and this one just seemed so open and very welcoming. So we decided to. Say your name, Maple?
I'm Mina. This is Maple.
Poop emoji.
My name's Rose, and I'm joining because my parents are, and I was like, I'll join as well. But also I heard that it really helps the church out, and y'all have helped me, so I want to help everyone else.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Sharon. I was the designated speaker for our family, so I'm, I'm glad that Rose spoke first. We are joining because after Melissa and I married in 2020, we attended UU Church online. I was in South Africa, Rose and I were in South Africa, Melissa was here, and it was kind of a touchstone for us to worship together every week. And then once we moved here in 2022, we started looking for a faith community that we could be part of together. And we just so loved what we found here. Melissa and I both we had some residual trauma from being Baptists in our childhood. And we just loved the openness and the welcome that we found here. We love that everyone is really met here for exactly who they are and where they are. And we really have so enjoyed the Wheel of the Year program. I mean, for me, churning butter and dancing the maypole seems like a real step forward to connection with the divine and away from religious dogma. So we really appreciated that, and we just look forward to being able to contribute whatever we can to this whole and holy community.
My name is Sarah Tanner. Myself and my two children who are not present, Finn and Jonas, are really grateful to have spaciousness in our lives to attend church regularly. I'm third generation Unitarian, and I'm very grateful to be able to regularly attend with routine and ritual and community. Glad to be here.
I'm John. I just waited long enough.
Give him a round of applause. Can I ask Amy and Lorelei to come over?
Hi, everybody. Members of Northwest Unitarian Universalist Church, will you receive these new members with open hands and hearts?
We will.
Will you welcome these new members with the warmth and comfort of your fellowship?
We will.
Knowing that growth means change, will you accept their gifts and flaws and share with them our triumphs and struggles?
We will.
Will you draw the circle wider to embrace them?
We will.
If so, say we will.
We will.
Members of First Unitarian Universalist Church of Detroit, will you receive these new members with open hands and hearts? Will you welcome these new members with warmth and comfort of your fellowship? Knowing that growth means change, will you accept their gifts and flaws and share with them our triumphs and struggles?
We will.
Will you draw the circle wider to embrace them?
We will.
And one more time, if so, say we will.
We will.
Can I ask Barbara and Dan to come over? It's only in the script to say we will at the end. Y'all are like getting extra credit.
Welcome, new members. We are glad of your company on our journey. Will you accept our gifts of fellowship, spiritual sustenance, and service? Will you offer us your unique presence and gifts? Knowing we are not perfect, will you engage with us as we seek to create a beloved community and a world dedicated to love and justice? If so, say we will.
Will you also accept that on Detroit's behalf? Whatever you want to say.
Thank you. Will you also accept that on Detroit's behalf?
Eva, would you come forward? Eva, some of those joining bring their children to our congregation. And as Director of Religious Education for Children, will you commit to caring for these children's spiritual lives, helping surround them with a safe, supportive community while they are in our care? If so, say, I will.
I will. Some of our new members are also bring their children to the community. And I ask all the children and youth of the congregation to rise in body and spirit. Will you welcome these new children into your fellowship of play, growth, and learning and of love? If so, say we will.
All right. Then to you, I say, come forward and sign our membership book. Some of them have already signed because they wanted to vote in the annual meeting. But I will also give you a blessing of our holy water from our water communion that we created at the beginning of the year. But know that in doing so, you are adding your name to a long list of justice seekers and community builders, holy heretics and faithful skeptics. Today, you join the religious tradition of Unitarian Universalism or continue in it. And either or both of Northwest Unitarian Universalist Church or the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Detroit. Know that you are welcome and wanted here for as long as you shall choose. Congregation, we're going to sing to them while they join. It's number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
Thank Dan, keeping us honest.
Can I have our new members stand and be appreciated by the community? And can we all rise in body or spirit as we carry the flame out and the children go to their classes? You are Brooklyn.
For our shared plate this month, we are collecting money for the launch of our Social Justice Council. The council is composed of liaisons who will work with local, values-aligned organizations who report back to us about how we can amplify the missions of those organizations. And kind of uniquely, there's a few that have come to us to amplify our organizations. And so today I'm going to say a little bit about the work we're doing with Interfaith Power and Light. A year and a half ago, they approached us and said, hey, we have some money. Would you like it? And we went, yes. And they went, hang on, you have to do something. And that thing was for us to have, well, they said one conversation about how climate change is affecting us. Not by the numbers, not by the statistics, not by the politics, but rather about how it's affecting us, our spirit, and our congregation. And we said, well, we're two congregations. And they said, cool, have two conversations. And so we did. And we got together, both Detroit and Northwest, and we talked about how we felt. And the thing that came out of it was sad, mourning, activated, and angry at DTE. Yeah. That was a big one. That was a big one. No small part by me, who had just gone through a weekend, several weekends of without power for no reason. So what came out of that was now we had to decide on a project to address that feeling. And I went, what if we started to combat power outages? And that idea sort of snowballed into, well, what if we talk to the community about power outages? What if we talk to the community about DTE? And what it became was with some of the grant money, we bought this really cool solar-powered Jackery. It's called a Jackery. It's the brand name, but it's a generator. It's a solar-powered generator. And we bought one, and we started going to events and having a tent and some seats and some power charging cords and some material about DTE. And people would come up and they'd be like, what is this? Because we also had snacks, so we lured people in with some food. And they, what is this? Can I charge my phone? And I went, yeah. And they went, how much? And I went, free. And they went, oh. And I was like, do you want to take a seat? And they said, yeah. And what ended up happening was we just started talking to the community. Sometimes about DTE, sometimes about life. I think Julie and I at Dally in the Alley did a couple hours each of pastoral care for some people. And so we started this sort of charge and chill station. It was really, really cool. And that is part of it, and we want to continue developing that and use some more of that grant money. And we've been thinking about how to help Techihila with their powered needs at their land where they have it. And we're still in this kind of a new dreaming stage. It definitely doesn't look like what I had proposed a year and a half ago, and that's good, because it's actually what our community needs. So if you're interested in helping, or if you have ideas about what to do with this amazing little generator that we have in the back of our church here, please let me know. The possibilities are kind of endless right now, and it's really exciting. And it's been really fun to meet our community and just talk with them. We're going to have 2 tents at Berkeley Pride, and one of them is going to be this. So if you're interested in helping out at that tent, let me know. Thank you. Together, our generosity multiplies. All undesignated donations will be split between the Social Justice Council and our congregation. A link to give virtually will be posted in the Zoom chat. And as today is question box, please also place questions you would like to have answered in the baskets as they go by. And Lorelai, I believe, just passed out some things, or they're up here if you didn't get one. We will be selecting several to answer today. So, no matter what you contribute to the church, be it funds or time or simply the generous presence of your spirit, know that we are so grateful for your gifts. Let us step into gratitude together. Yeah. Oh, yes. And just as a note, folks on Zoom, please also submit your questions, and we will poke back there. I'll pop back there momentarily to see what you have. Please read aloud the words of dedication which are written in your order of service. To the work of creating beloved community within and beyond these walls, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings. As beloved community, we are called to witness one another in grief and in joy. Let us now acknowledge all that it means to be human together. May we start with bearing witness to the genocide and forced removal of the traditional stewards of this land, the Anishinaabe in all their names. May we bear witness to the enslavement of people of African descent who built our country's infrastructure and economy with no reparations to date. These atrocities, tears in the fabric of our human connection, continue to separate that which longs to be made whole. May we celebrate the weavers who seek to repair the fabric of our interdependent web. May we bear witness to those who sought justice, found beauty, and remained faithful. To them we sing. Hear our joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom carve deep in our ears. Bring the lessons and wings of our past. Witness all our souls crying and singing. There's so much happening in the world, and yet I'm going to focus on one today. We support and uplift the hunger strikes at Delaney, New Jersey, Adelanto Facility, California, Desert Annex, California, Prairie Land Detention Center in Texas, and here in North Lake, Michigan. To those inside, we are with you. You are resisting when you have less than nothing. You are resisting under the threat of extreme violence. You are resisting because what else is there to do? To those outside the walls, we thank you for your blessed presence and witness. We bless you for your courage to stand up to riot gear, tear gas, batons, and law enforcement that only knows violence as a tactic. To the lawmakers siding with that enforcement, your constituents see you. May you reflect and repent. May you find the focus of humanity and work to end the detention of your neighbors, your citizens. May you stop doing the dirty work of this administration. Protest is a holy act. So-called law and order under fascism is neither law nor is it order. The heavy hand of law requires a heavy pushback. May those wounded and injured be healed, and may it end in peace. We can find hope in solidarity. We can find strength in standing with and behind those that stand in the streets. And when we are called, may we join them. To them we sing. Hear our joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom come deep in our ears. Bring the lessons and things of our past. Witness all of our souls crying and singing. It is as ever important for us to witness each other in our joys, our sorrows, our triumphs, and our failures. So if you have anything to share with the congregation, please raise your hand and I'll bring you the mic. And folks on Zoom, please post it in the chat and we will read it aloud for you. Just want to take a moment and highlight how we are holding these things all together, the joys and the sorrows. So let us take a moment to feel our connections in this sacred space. We will take a few moments of silence after we sing. Hear our joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom come deep in our ears. Bring the lessons and things of our past.
Our reading today is called A Faith of Holy Cartographers by Teresa Youngblood. In order to travel the great way together, we have to cultivate a sense of belonging that isn't conditional upon conformity. I don't want a smoothed out, disproportionately aggrandized faith that attempts to draw all comers to its one self-righteous place at the top of a map of humanity, leaving the messiness of their upbringings and lived realities behind them. Instead, I want an imaginative, wandering faith of holy cartographers, eager encounterers who pay exquisite attention to the terrain and the systemic forces that shape it, leaders who meet people where they are, approach them with curiosity, hold lightly to their own individual stories, and are willing to be surprised and delighted and moved by what they discover in the treasure trove of one another. This cannot happen with assimilation. It has to be transformation. We all have to be aiming for this transformation. We all have to be willing to be guided not by positions and placeholders, but by principles held in covenant and to which anyone of loving intention can guide us back. The old, top-heavy map simply cannot get us there. Could we teach one another how to do this? Could we make the foundation of our faith development learning how to inhabit the open and curious presence? By rooting firmly in our own mutual belovedness, as it is so beautifully articulated in the universalist half of our heritage. I want us to heal one another through our fiercely compassionate presence so that we can chart a different path as a matter of lived theology, so that we can caringly release old one-directional paths that aren't broad enough for all of us to accompany one another. I think this degree of spiritual security and resilience could be what gets us there, what frees our souls to encounter the sacred terrain of one another's experience. What we discover and share could be our new map, more complete and truer than the one we had been handed, that we didn't know we could leave behind. This could be how we grow a new way together. Now, we usually sing a hymn. I'm going to ask the folks on Zoom what hymn they want to hear this time. Zoom folks, could you write in the chat what hymn, and then we'll ask Jackson to pick one. He's not biased, he doesn't know them. What do you think, Zoom folks? What are you hankering to sing? What do you want to mute your computer and sing loudly into the screen? Hold on, Julie, we're letting the folks on Zoom. You'll get another chance.
Let it be a dance.
Any takers?
Let it be a dance, I see.
I'm sorry?
We laugh, we cry.
We laugh, we cry. All right, we're going to do the first and last verse.
That's so not fair.
Is number 354? Is that? Yes, all right. All right, number 354, first and last verse.
First and last verse, I guess. If we have to let it. It's a long song. It takes me 2 books, guys, sorry. Yeah. We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something new to
I think that was the perfect ending. How even to question truly is an answer.
Who suggested that? Can they come to worship retreat?
Yeah. All right, Eli, what does the community have questions?
We're going to start with a really easy one.
Uh-oh.
How can the UUA justify not condemning the genocide taking place in Gaza?
First one, Eli?
Yeah.
First one?
This will come back to me when I have my congregation.
You're doing the next question box sermon. There are many answers to this question, and one of them is that they have.
Yeah.
They have. It depends on what you mean by the UUA, right? There has been statements by the president of the UUA. There have been statements by the board of the UUA. The General Assembly passed a statement of conscience at the last GA. What I wonder that said that we must stop the killings in Gaza. What I wonder if what we're quibbling about is the exact nomenclature of certain words. Some of those statements used the term genocide, and some of them did not. Generally, whether or not they used genocide was like how close to October 7th of 2023 that statement was put out. Right? So there are some statements that have said things like, we condemn the killing of anyone and specifically the ongoing slaughter of ethnic groups of people. Here are the places where the UN and other human rights organizations are calling this genocide. You can call it that if you want. That was one statement. Another statement was, we condemn killing and genocide in Gaza. So they have. The UUA isn't a monolith. Does that answer the question? There have been different statements that couched the terms in different ways. Some of us might wish that they had been stronger and that some of those statements would have been stronger and more forceful. And some of us might think that those statements were too strong and forceful and not caring for the other side as much. It is much like us. The UUA does not have one voice that it speaks with. Does that answer the question?
Along those same lines, or some thoughts that may have come up in people's minds, this question asks, how do we ensure that we remain open to all people, even if they may lean in a different political or idealistic direction from us? This goes on. How do we keep away from the dangerous us versus them thought process, but still remain true to ourselves and not make demons out of our fellow human siblings? I thought this was such a beautiful question.
The phrase that is coming to mind is compassionate resistance. Compassionate resistance. I think that there's such a difference between what a person does and believes and who they are. And I think that our faith says that every human being has worth and dignity. Whew, and it's a spiritual practice sometimes, isn't it? Every human being has worth and dignity. And sometimes behavior and beliefs are harmful. And I think that we can resist behavior and beliefs. If you're going to tell me you're going to exclude someone from society or going to try to pass a law that infringes on the human rights and civil liberties of one of my fellow human beings, I'm going to tell you that that's not just. I'm going to put my body in between that person and you. I am going to show up at protests and marches and pray about it and sing about it. And at any point, if that person wants to be in beloved community with me, I am going to say yes and have very strict understandings of what it means to be in beloved community and the covenant that we must follow to make the people there safe, specifically the ones that haven't had the voice, that have been on the margins. We can be compassionate and loving towards our fellow human beings. What we have to do is be really clear about our covenant and what kind of behavior is okay, which isn't about who they are, but how they're behaving. Yeah?
Yeah. Great. I have a trio of very similar questions.
Okay.
And they all have to do with, one says, what do you, says you specifically, happens after we die? Where does the spirit go? What do you feel about reincarnation? And help me understand what you says about the afterlife.
All right. Ow, ow! come to any memorial I do, and I will say something at the end like it is a principle of physics that the universe neither loses or gains mass or energy, and that something of our bodies will go on to be in the bodies and rocks and trees and lives of everything that goes on, and that something of our spirit remains, if not just in memory and the way that it affects our lives. That is the thing I can tell you for sure. There are as many beliefs about the afterlife as there are Unitarian Universalists. I can answer the one that I believe right now. It has shaped over time. It shapes sometimes based on the day. I believe that there's a oneness to all things. I believe that there's a oneness to all things, and we are hanging out in that oneness together, feeling the complete connection of all existence. And in order to fully incorporate that complete existence, sometimes we have to experience pain and suffering and sorrow, and the only way to do that is to disconnect from that oneness. And so some of us sometimes take one for the team and come down and be embodied for a little while to experience those things. And then one day we'll return to that oneness. That's what I believe. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it feels like. I can't tell you its shape or its name. The thing that I think is beautiful about our religion is that nobody can, right? We've decided a long time ago that we don't know the answer to what the shape or form of the ultimate is, and that all of the names for it are justified and beautiful. And so how we go back to it after we're done with our embodiment and our consciousness specifically, I don't know. But I believe there's something there to hold us. I think that many UUs believe that. Some UUs believe that there's nothing, oblivion. Some UUs believe that there is a consciousness that we get to hold on to, and much like a heaven situation. One time I did a coming of age class, and every single one of those 7th graders believed in reincarnation of some sort. So that is, I think the answer is, like, the hard part about our faith, and also the good part about our faith, is that we have to get in there and get juicy and commune with what is beyond our own bodies and not have answers given to us. And then we will have the answers of experience of being in community with that thing. And we still won't know for sure. That's not the easier way to do it. For me, it's a way that has integrity and connection. We kind of all have to be mystics. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, all 3 of them, actually.
All right.
This one is written in such pretty script, and there's some doodles on it, so and it's very relevant to today. What if I'm scared of membership?
Yeah, we're scary. I would ask you, I don't know who wrote this. It's fine to be scared of membership. Feelings are legitimate. That's the first thing I would say. Feelings are valid and legitimate, and that's cool. And you don't have to become a member. Or if you are a member, we can continue to explore in community where that fear is coming from. If that person were sitting in my office, come sit in my office. If that person were sitting in my office and asking me this, I would interrogate, what is it? Is this coming from their internal sense of belonging? That they don't feel that felt sense of enoughness that they should belong? Or if they're feeling that there's some sort of obligation that they need to fulfill, in which I would, point them back to our deepest chorus theology, which is that every single person has worth and dignity, deserving of love and belonging exactly as they are. So without knowing where the fear is coming from, I can't know, but I suspect it's either coming from an internal felt sense of not enoughness, and then I say, come to church. That's like our core theology. We're doing it. And if it's a fear of obligation, you're enough just as you are. I guess I would say you're enough already, and I don't know where the fear is coming from, but you're welcome and wanted just as you are.
Absolutely. These two are very similar, and they're about Detroit. Do any legal problems remain in the Detroit church building? And what happened with the arbitration about ownership of Detroit UU? What's next?
Oh my God, I wish I could gossip with you. I wish Mary Lee were here.
Yeah.
So recently on the 27th, 19th, 17th, 27th, Mary Lee Seacrest and our lawyer, Ray Foley, met on Zoom with EMEAC and their legal representative, with EMEAC's observer and their legal representative for the final day of arbitration. I can't tell you what happened there, but I am sort of thinking about writing it up as a courtroom drama pilot and submitting it to CBS. So once we can talk about it, come see me. The arbiter now has it, so now it is time for the lawyers who will be submitting their final briefs, and the arbiter will have time to make a decision. And Lorelei, do you have a clearer timeline? I'm not remembering. Do you want to answer this question? Lorelai's going to answer this question.
Yay!
I wasn't there, but this is my memory from Mary Lee. So we essentially have 2 weeks for the lawyers to each submit their final briefs, and then there will be 1 month for the arbiter to make a decision. What's new to me is that she's going to make a preliminary decision, and then there's a little bit of back and forth, and then she's going to make a final decision. And it seems like the goalposts keep moving, and now the goalposts are, I think it means mid-August is when we should have a final something.
Lorelei, what I understood from Mary Lee was the first decision was going to be about who gets the building, and the second decision was going to be about legal expenses. Okay. I think after the first decision, they're not going to say, oh, never mind, the other person gets the building on the second decision.
Right.
Yeah, okay, all right. I think that's like arguing about legal costs and stuff between the, yeah. Which is what I understand from Mary Lee. Everybody bother Mary Lee.
Good answer. Good
Or
answer.
everybody submit questions to me, and I will slowly feed them to Mary Lee as she has capacity.
Nice.
Also, give it up for Mary Lee. She's been doing it amazing.
If you see,
She's on an airplane going to Pennsylvania because she's like saving democracy or something.
Right. On her free time.
On her free time.
This is a good one. Another easy one. What's faith to a UU?
What's faith to a UU? The same thing as faith is to everybody. It's belief without proof. It's belief without proof. I don't say that I have faith that this chair exists. I think it does, right? I have faith that humanity ultimately has the capacity to use love to conquer hate. I don't think I have proof of that over the years of us living, but I have faith. I have faith that there's something that can hold me that is larger than me, and I have proof of that in community, but sometimes community lets me down and I still have to have faith. I have faith that there is something that's going to hold me beyond this lifetime. I can't prove it. Faith is belief without proof. Same for everybody.
Asked and answered. Can we do more to advertise UUism without proselytizing?
What is wrong with proselytizing? What is wrong with proselytizing? Okay, imagine for a second, y'all, okay, soapbox. What is wrong with getting out there and telling someone every Sunday morning, I go to a place where I know that I show up and they want me for who I am, and even on my worst days, all the parts of me that don't fit into perfect little boxes are welcome. We don't do it perfectly, and sometimes we're messy about it, but everybody gets to show up, and all belief systems are welcome, which just expands the possibility and belief and faith available to us. What if we just said that more?
Yeah.
That's proselytizing. When people proselytize for their faith, they are saying, I found something so good. I found something so good. I want to share with you how connective and beautiful this thing makes me feel. And some people say that they feel connected to a specific form of a God that is ensuring them an afterlife. And that's beautiful and hopeful for some people. And they stand out in street corners and say it. And I think that we should stand on street corners and tell everyone that they're loved and wanted exactly how they are, and we have a place where they can show up and feel it. Yes! Let's freaking proselytize.
That's what we do at the Charge and Chill. We invite people to church, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay to invite people to church. And maybe the thing that we need to do to make it okay for ourselves to invite people to church is interrogate our fear of proselytizing rather than try not to do it. Because what if we just, every time somebody proselytizes to me and they're like, have you found Jesus? I'm usually like, yeah, we got coffee. We agreed to see other people, but I like him. But we still get coffee. I like Jesus. But the thing I hear from them when they are desperate for me to believe that the thing that they believe is they have care for my soul. They have care for my soul, and they want me to feel the ever-loving embrace of God. You know what? So do we. We just say it differently. Proselytizing's okay. We just got to be like less annoying about it.
We can do it cooler.
Yeah, we can be cool proselytizers. Hey, you want to charge your phone and talk about like whether there's objective reality or not?
True story. I've got a few more. I think we got time.
Who's keeping time?
Yeah.
Two more.
Two more? Okay, this one's a quick one.
All right.
Does the UU have any affiliated colleges or universities?
Yes. There are technically 2 Unitarian Universalist seminaries, and they are Star King School for the Ministry, which is part of the Graduate Theological Union in Berkeley, California. That is my alma mater. And then they are Meadville Lombard, which is in Chicago. There is also a Unitarian Universalist tract of Harvard Divinity School. They have to keep it there because we gave them their endowment. And no, UUs don't have, that I know of, any other kinds of schools, because, I don't know, that's not what we did. Joel?
Well, I went to a college.
Hold on.
Sorry, I went to a college that was founded by Unitarians, Reed College in Portland, Oregon, but because it was founded by Unitarians, they made it non-denominational.
I mean, that's the story, right? Like, yes, UUs have founded a lot of colleges, but yeah. What else?
Last one.
Actually, we'll speed run the other ones. I'll do a one-sentence answer.
It's fine.
Okay.
Just this one. It's a good one.
Okay.
For you. How does nature inspire your faith?
Ooh. I'm bad at that. You know, whenever anybody is like reading the Mary Oliver poem about the grasshopper or whatever, I'm like, that's nice. And whenever like we have all of those beautiful hymns about the web of life, I'm always like, you mean like our interconnections interpersonally, right? And grasshoppers, okay, all right. But there's a thing that happens to me when I remember to do it, when I water my garden, or sit outside so I can watch my child climb whatever he's climbing in the moment. There's a thing that happens to me when I encounter the ocean and I see the waves cresting onto the shore and I feel the waves as if they're hitting my own body, of something so much awe-inspired. I think nature is one of the ways that we connect with all that is, and for some reason my head doesn't naturally go there. I'm a city girl, I'm a people person, but also like anybody that was in Detroit in 2005 was chased by one of them loose chickens on the street, right? Like, we've encountered nature. I think nature is so ultimately important, and because I experience God when I'm in nature very often. But I don't remember enough that I can find God there. And one of the reasons that I love being UU is that you all remember so much better than me, and you invite me into it, and you invite me to be with the cycles of the earth. And I think you guys should keep me accountable to that, and show up at worship retreats and tell me that you want more of it, and let's have more experiences of being in nature together. It's not one of my strong suits, but it's one of God's, so we should go with it, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Y'all were easy on me this time. And we have one more hymn. What do we want to sing? I heard the back corner over there. Blue Boat Home. Alex, I heard a bunch of people want to do a mashup of Let It Be a Dance and Blue Boat Home. Can you do that? No, I'm joking.
Seriously considering it.
Next time.
I could probably make it work, but not today.
Not today, okay. What number, 1064? 1064.
You think I'm using music for this one?
What? Yes, Alex, not everyone has memorized Blue Boat Home. Rise and body your spirit. Now is the part of the service where we turn towards one another. If you want to, you can extend a hand. If you don't want to be touched, put your hand over your heart or make another reverent gesture, and we will sing.